Oh, so you're gonna do me like that. Alright, well, you're a dick, so I guess that works. I asked if you're ready. You said no. I said okay.
That's okay. My microphone was muted, so it's, like you were the one that rushing me, so there's that. So,
Shut up.
anyways, welcome everybody back to ANARCH Discussions. This is episode 3. Um, I'm here, of course, with my co-host Shadow King. And today, what are we gonna be talking about?
I don't know. You're the one who's pushing the podcast. This is you.
All right, then, Mister. I will immediately jump onto the IGN and see what's up.
Okay, you see what's up.
Here's something. New Pokemon Snap website gives a tour of the Lental region ahead of launch. The new Pokemon Snap has received a snazzy new website dedicated to helping players learn about the basics before jumping into the Lental region when the game launches next week. The game will be released on April 30th, and this new website is perfect for those excited for what awaits them in the new Pokemon Snap. The website, aptly named explorelental.com, as if it were the tourism site for a real place, will require you to log into your Nintendo account before gaining access to it. That's because you can earn My Nintendo points while exploring the site.
Hmm.
So that's cool. It goes on saying more things about it. But I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not.
I'm probably not going to. I never really got into the Pokemon Snap.
That's kind of the reason I had for it. But at the same time, like, I've seen some people play the older one recently and hyping up the new one, and I'm like, I could give it a try. What could it hurt, you know?
Yeah.
But it's, as most Nintendo for first party games, it's $60.
Yeah, I think we're good.
That's a game that'd be more like the $20 range, in my opinion. Like, I know it's first party, I know it's Pokemon branded, I know it's like Nintendo, like full on game, but at the same time, like, you're just taking pictures of Pokemon. That's the game. It's like, as far as I know, you're still sending like pictures, just going on a little like safari track thing, taking pictures of Pokemon. Sometimes you can like throw things at it, make them do specific things, get good pictures, then get them judged by the professor. And that's how you earn points and all that stuff. And that's how you progress. And you do different stages, you can redo stages, you can take like different pictures of Pokemon. Um, but like you can only submit one picture of each Pokemon. Like if you took like, well, at least that's how I think it works. This is just going off of what I've seen. So like let's say you take 5 pictures of a Magikarp or whatever. You can only select one to go be judged by the professor, from my understanding.
Hmm.
So you can take up to, I think, maybe 60 pictures. I don't know if it changes in the new one, if they add a new limit or whatever. But
No
uh,
idea.
you're limited on your pictures. You can take 60 pictures of the same Pokemon, but you can only submit one of that Pokemon. So
Gotta
it's
catch 'em all.
and on this one you just have to like take a picture of them all. It's like I get the appeal, but I don't get the $60 appeal. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
No, I feel that. Like I
yeah,
feel that. Like I don't. It's not those games that I'd be after for $60. Like, don't get me
yeah,
wrong, it looks cool. It looks like a good game, but
like, and it's great that they're updating it. Like, like it has new Pokemon in it. It looks high def. Like the last one was I think on the Nintendo 64 or some shit. Like it looks bad now. Like it is bad. They're just a bunch of polygons, and it's like I mean Porygon looks great, but Porygon's a bunch of polygons, so that's the extent of that. Uh
Right.
but in this one you got
So
your HD Pokemon sprite like deals, like they're full high def versions of the Pokemon. They're probably the best that they've ever looked in a Pokemon title. I know that some of the other ones like Smash Brothers and Pokken Tournament, those give Pokemon like a high def treatment. Like they got textured and stuff like crazy. But that's only a couple of Pokemon. And I really wish like if they came out with like a version of Pokemon Snap where all the Pokemon looked like they did in Detective Pikachu, that might be like I don't think it would be worth $60 still. I think it'd be worth like maybe 45, 50, more closer to 40. Whereas the game as it is to me would be more like a $20-$25 game in my eyes. And trust me, I love Pokemon, but that's where I value a picture taking game.
right. I don't know. It's just games like those are kind of hard to get people in on. You know what I mean? Just for the fact of it's more along the lines of, all right, who's your audience for this game? Who's more likely to play it?
Yeah.
Those kinds of things.
Now, if I see on eBay secondhand a physical copy for $30, then sure, why not? That'd be a nice buy. But as far as the digital version goes, which will never depreciate in value, uh, $60 too much.
So guess what I just found?
What did you find?
I just found Brawlhalla for free on Steam.
You do realize it's a free game, right?
Yes, but there's DLCs too.
I'm pretty sure you
Um,
pay for those though.
but the one I found has Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. I saw advertisements for that. That's yeah.
It's free to play, so I mean,
Well, yeah. So, guess what game I recently got into possession of?
what? Oh,
Well,
Cyberpunk.
yeah, for the PlayStation. I pr- I had pre-ordered it on Xbox and completely forgot that I had pre-ordered it until like it was already a couple months after it was out, and
Yeah,
someone wanted to ask me how much it was. So I thought I'll just look it up on Xbox because that's where I looked it up last. And then it said I owned it. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. I pre-ordered the some bitch. Uh,
and you still have yet to use it.
I still yet to play it. I've still yet to play the PlayStation version either.
You
I
still have
just
to
got
turn
it
your Xbox
installed.
on.
I installed it yesterday. I did the data like it comes with 2 discs. It has the data disc and the play disc.
Yeah,
And after trying to set up the stream we did yesterday for Smash, like when I
yeah,
went downstairs, I was like, okay, well, I'm waiting for the computer to either live or die. I'm I'm gonna install on my PlayStation the Cyberpunk 2077 game that I bought from Walmart. It was discounted price. It's a physical copy because it's not available in the PlayStation Digital Store.
yeah. I saw you made a post about that in the group chat.
Yeah, like Han told me that I should check it out. And I'm like, well, it's not on the PlayStation Store. And I sent him a screenshot. It was in the I think it was in the group chat. This is probably how you learned about it. Uh he's like, yeah, they have it on sale at Walmart. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay. So I went. So that following morning, I went to Walmart. I went over there, and it was the only one left on the shelf, and it was discounted. Not as like it was a slightly higher price than what he told me it was going to be, but I was like, that's a few bucks, whatever. So I picked it up, and while I was attempting to install it, put the data disk in. Nothing happened. I was like, what the hell? I ejected it and put it back in, just being like, okay, maybe it just didn't. It just flubbed up the disk drive. The disk drive just flubbed up or whatever. It's like, I'll give it a second chance. Still nothing. So I look up a video on how to do it, and while it's playing, I'm like, well, I might as well eject it and like put it in when he does on the video or whatever. I put it in and it started reading it. I was like, what's the point of the video? I immediately exited the browser. I'm like, fuck it, it's starting to install. I'm just gonna let it go.
Oh, tacky.
Apparently, third time was the charm with the disc. So I got it installed. I haven't put the play disc in yet. I haven't played it yet. But hopefully I can for a stream, and then maybe Han will join, and like we'll do some Cyberpunk stuff. So fun, yay, raw, yay, neat, or as I say. But
You
I'm
know,
excited. I'm excited because from what I hear, it's very much like GTA Online. So seems like a game for me. I mean, the last one that was described to me as practically GTA was Rockstar's other title, Red Dead 2. I played it. I I checked it out. I played it. And while I was playing it, I was like, yeah, it's like a Wild West old style GTA. But
I
here's
can't
the
get into
thing.
it.
Here's the thing. I don't want to play in the Wild West. I want to play in a modern city with cars. So I'm like, it's like GTA, but I'd still rather be playing GTA. So I immediately quit the game after that realization and booted up GTA. I was like, yeah, this is probably the last time I'm going to get on Red Dead unless someone wants to like do something with me on it or like maybe a video or something. I don't know. But as far as casually playing Red Dead, that is not going to happen. That is, I'll be sitting there being like, well, I'd rather be playing GTA, so I'm going to go do that.
Yeah, I couldn't get into Red Dead. I couldn't get into the first one. I really couldn't get into the second one.
Yeah, like I didn't get into the story. Like I think I played a little bit of the story, but like as soon as I was able to go online, I did, and that's kind of how I did it with GTA as well. Um, so I don't play it for the story. I play it for the multiplayer. It's one of those games where I'm just like, I don't really want to go through a story. I just kind of want to fuck around. So, hooray. But then the online has a little bit of a story to it. So I'm like, okay, this is how this is gonna go. So I played along with it for a little while until I had that epiphany and booted up GTA. Speaking of GTA,
Oh, what are we doing
question.
now? Oh, what?
What is your opinion on the continuously delayed, maybe never going to happen GTA 6?
Is this still happening? Because
As far as I know, as far as anyone knows, Rockstar's like, we're gonna do it eventually, but we're gonna do it.
yeah. Oh, I don't want to bash on the guys at Rockstar. I know they're working really hard on it, but hurry the fuck up.
Well, first and foremost, they have to do the next gen version of GTA 5. They have to release that officially. Because I think right now you can play it on PS5, but I think it's like through backwards compatibility, so it's like it doesn't look as nice or whatever. Um, honestly, they've done so much adding on to GTA Online, and I have so much stuff and time invested into GTA Online. If there's no carryover in GTA 6, I'm probably not going to play it.
You're not the first person that said that to me. There's quite a few that have said that now.
I'm
which
like,
I don't blame anybody for. Like I totally understand it. I'm kind of getting in the same way.
this game has spanned 3 console generations now. This game is almost 10 years old. Is like 7 or 8 years old.
Hey,
And I've been playing it for about maybe 5, maybe 6 years out of that. So, I've got a multimillionaire on it. I have a lot of property. I got a lot of nice cars. I've done a lot of missions, spent a lot of time, got a lot of guns, MK2'd a lot of them. Um, like, I've invested time and money into that game, and most of it's just for content reasons. Like, I enjoy it all, like, just playing casually, of course, but, like, I want to be able to have options to do stuff, different crazy stuff in videos and streams and stuff. So, like, with both of those incentives, I've spent a lot of money on it. I've spent a lot of time on it. So I honestly, if like I can't continue on enjoying those things in GTA 6, like if there's no carryover of, oh yeah, your GTA Online status will be the same. Um, I don't know, like if it's in a different setting, like if the online for 6 is like in the same map as that 6 is going to take place in. I don't know if they like just like, okay, well you have all these same properties in these different locations on this new map, and like your all your vehicles and stuff carry over, and your guns carry over, and your character, like, the story of it goes like he's just moving to a new city to do a different like criminal empire or whatever. Like if there's that carryover, then you're like, yeah, I'm hyped and pumped up for GTA 6. Like they'll have the being that it's gonna be next gen or whatever. Like they'll definitely pump up the graphics. So like all the cars, all your weapons and stuff are gonna look super nice, super high def, ray tracing, all that good stuff. Then I'm excited, then I'm hopeful, then I'm gonna play it. If it's just like, nah, the online's gonna be like you start this new character, you gotta work your way back up from the bottom, but like, no, I got like 8 years, I got like 6 years of my life devoted in and hundreds of dollars devoted into this game, and it's also gonna be released for that console. I'm fucking just gonna play that. Like, that's my jam. GTA 5 Online is my jam. And, like, I'm pretty sure, like, all the toxic, like, squeaker, super uber griefer players are gonna migrate to the new game because they'll be like, ooh, new shiny, and not really care about, like, because all they're really doing is just fucking around, killing people. They've probably already done all the things they wanted to do in that game otherwise. So like as soon as a new game pops up, they'll be heading over to that one, which means the lobbies will be nicer in GTA 5 Online, and then all my stuff's there. So hell yeah, just keep it up to date, like add some more DLCs every so often, and then keep some things fresh like they've been doing for the last almost decade. Like, awesome. Great. A lot of people complain about GTA 5, the story mode not getting any kind of revamps or DLCs. I don't give a shit. Alright, like, I've seen playthroughs of GTA 5, the story mode, because, like, for the, like, first 1 or 2 years that it was out, like, I was wanting to get it, but I just couldn't. Like, I didn't have the capability of getting it. So I just watched videos on YouTube or whatever, because I was excited and I still wanted to see stuff from it. So I know what the story's about. I've seen the story. I've seen it played out. Like, yes, you can have your own twists with it because it's very much like a free will game. Like, you can do it, but like all the cutscenes I've seen, like all the major plot points I've seen. So, and I've seen all 3 endings. I've seen the brand new like uh PC mod high def ray tracing on a 3090 graphics card versions of the 3 endings. Like I've seen a lot from the story. they don't need to like upgrade it or anything for me. That like, okay, I've seen it, played a little bit of it, not interested, not why I bought the game. The very first copy of GTA 5 that I got was on PC on Steam, and it as soon as you load it up, it'll ask you, do you want to load GTA 5 or do you want to load GTA Online? Well, I obviously clicked GTA Online because I was like, fuck that shit. It made you do this first story mission or whatever, of course. But as soon as I got online access, boom, I was on online. I was like doing my own thing. Like I wanted to be me in Los Santos, kicking it, like doing shit. All right. So bottom line for me, my opinion on the matter is if GTA Online carries over, I'm excited for 6. If it doesn't, I don't give a shit.
Which, understandably so. Yeah.
Um But I am excited to play Cyberpunk. I know that the last gen consoles version, which is the only versions that I own as of right now, are kind of buggy. The game was made with next gen in mind, even though the game was announced before next gen was even rumored. But okay. If anything, if I like run into too many bugs, if I get frustrated with it, I'll probably just end up getting the copy on Stadia, because that thing runs on a PC on one of Google's like server farm or whatever things they got going for it. So like I'll just run it on a device that's not even mine, even though my PC is perfectly capable. I'll just get it on Stadia. It's like this is good enough. This'll run. I know it'll run. Multi-million-dollar companies running the game for me, so I don't have to.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah. Like that brings me to something with Stadia. Okay, so game streaming.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on it being a viable future for gaming?
I mean, it makes it easier for people who don't have the best equipment and stuff to play games. So I see it as a very viable option. I do
Yeah.
like the load speeds, and I think it is a lot faster. But for like full on next generation, I think people are just too into console for it to be a full thing, unless consoles start doing it.
Well, Xbox currently is developing xCloud, which is essentially like an Xbox Stadia deal.
Hmm.
It's like you can run it on mobile. I think right now it's available on Android. You can test it out or whatever thing is still in running betas or operational betas. Like it's kind of released, but it's kind of not. It's still tweaking. Um, they couldn't come to an agreement with Apple. I think there was some kind of like security issue or whatever. It's the same reason that Google can't run Stadia games on Apple devices. Like there's some kind of security issue that they just can't get to common grounds on or whatever. So, as of right now, Apple devices and game streaming are pretty much not a thing. Like, if you have the console or computer, like the remote play things don't hinder it. Like iPhones and iPads will use the remote play apps for the consoles in Steam or whatever as they would function on any other device. But game streaming from a server farm or whatever like they have for dedicated for these Stadia and xCloud games, they just don't want any part of it right now.
Right now. Doesn't
As
mean
they
they
gain
won't
in
look more into it.
popularity, yeah.
Yeah.
As they gain in popularity, they'll be like, "Oh, well, this is something we definitely want to get on the bandwagon for," so they'll probably hop in later. It's whatever.
Right
So
now, though, I mean, like you said, it's kind of just a bandwagon at the moment.
yeah, one thing that I've learned, like, I know you're not the biggest fan of Apple, so I'm gonna kind of just like get up on a little soapbox here for a second. Um, because it is justified what Apple's doing. And you may not think so, but after Steve Jobs passed and Tim Cook took over the company, they went from being the like first leg out there, here's our brand new technology, to we kind of just want to sit back, let the other companies do the new stuff, and then like we'll adopt it when we want to refine it or whatever, make it fit in our ecosystem. And honestly, that's the safer business practice, but that's not always the most advantageous.
Right.
So, yes, I'm speaking down on a brand that I trust and use excessively and spent a lot
Very,
of money on. But at the same
very,
time, it's like what I'm kind of like bothered with them about is something that I can also understand why they're doing it. Like they want to play it safe. It's like, okay, then like when they get their features, people love it. Like it just like when they get to it, they get to it and they do it right. And I like that. Like honestly, they could have gotten to dark mode a lot faster than they did. But now that we're well into the era where Apple devices can go into dark mode and like it's fine and it's a lot easier on your eyes. It's like, okay. And they did it great. They implemented it great. Like it all works just great. Before that, they had like this smart invert, which would invert some colors or whatever, but like images and videos, they tried their best to like make sure those didn't invert. And that worked okay. But once the apps themselves started getting dark modes implemented in them, the biggest one first was Messenger. Messenger is like you
oh
send
yeah.
a moon emoji to someone, boom, you've unlocked dark mode. You can switch that on in your settings, and then you're good to go. And Apple's like, all our app developers are putting dark modes in their apps. What are we gonna do? It's like, well, maybe you should finally put dark mode on your devices. And they're like, okay, let's do that finally.
Yeah, finally. Keyword.
Yeah. As soon as I got the update that carried dark mode in it, and I installed the developer beta for it, so like I got early access to this feature. I toggled it on, and I have never toggled it off since. I was like, dark mode, yes, please, everything darker, easier on my light sensitive eyes. Thank you. Good night. Because I don't know how many times I blinded myself in that night. Just like, oh my fucking eyes! I can't look at my damn phone. Turn brightness all the way down. It still kind of hurts.
Just saying Android's better.
Look, they're first on a lot of things now, and I applaud them for being bold. I applaud them for all the features they're willing to push out. But I can't do the open software thing. Like, I can't. The open source, I don't like it. It's not secure enough for my things. Yeah, it's customizable as fuck. Yeah, you can do all these things on it. But I just can't do it. Like, that and like almost every Android phone I've tried to help someone out on, like they're I don't know how to do this, or I'm fishing through their settings, going through all this because none of it's in the same place as the last Android device I touched. All these like all those software fragmentation. It's like most of the people using Android phones are using the operating system from like 2 years ago or whatever, and they can't update because they're not supported by the new softwares or whatever. With iPhone,
Right.
it's all linear. It's like, okay, you have an iPhone 5S that goes up to like iOS, whatever, and yeah, you can't update that one anymore, but like a couple phones later, it's still supported like for 5 years. Like the iPhone 4S, they held onto that thing like crazy because people love the tiny little thing. I don't understand the appeal. Like I had an iPhone 4 in my possession. I don't think it works anymore, but Like, the form factor looks cool. They had a glass back that served no purpose other than aesthetics, and people shattered those things all the time because they didn't bother making it strong glass. So, like the iPhone 4 and 4S were kind of just not great hardware. But they supported that thing for like 6 or 7 years. Like, I think the last year they finally stopped supporting, like, with new updates for the software. It's like, okay. But that's the thing with, like, their hardware and software being made from the same companies. Like, you can do that. You can support it for longer. Why? Because you made the hardware and you know how much it can handle. You know how much new stuff it can, like, withstand before it's gonna just fucking explode in your pocket.
Tacky, look at the Discord chat.
I gotta pull it up. God damn it.
Which one?
All of them. So glad I'm not putting that on screen.
Why do you think I did it?
Oh, yeah. Well, but like, okay, so that's a little bit on the Apple, but I was trying to focus on the game streaming aspect of it. 'Cause it's like, I like Stadia. I like what the premise of Stadia is. I like how you can get a Chromecast Ultra and a controller, and you can just game. Like, Chromecast Ultra, that's like no bigger than a tile or an Apple AirTag. Like, it's tiny and has a little tiny cord on it. And that's it. That's all it is. Like, I think you have to supply external power or whatever to it or whatever. And that's fine. But it's tiny. It's a lot smaller than any game console, like, ever. And that you can do all your gaming on it. Stadia has a great selection of games. Granted, I wish it would, like, be supported by some of the other AAA titles like Call of Duty and GTA, even though Red Dead's on there for some reason. I'm not gonna get into that. The controller is great. Like, I have it in my hands right now. I had it set on my desktop tower, but I'm holding it right now. And it's a comfortable controller. The triggers feel weird a little bit, but like, I'm sure after gaming with it enough, like, it's not that bad. Overall, the buttons are in a nice arrangement. The joysticks are PlayStation style, where they're symmetrical. Um, and it's got a headphone jack, which is great. Charges through USB-C, which is very modern of it. It was ahead of Xbox and PlayStation in that regard, but so is Switch. So yeah, like, it's good. It's like, I've used the Stadia controller. I've used the Chromecast Ultra. Like, I booted up Destiny 2 with it at least once, and I played it, and it was enjoyable. Like, it was a great experience. Like, I had no complaints. It was a little weird. The controller was a little weird. But I'm not going to consider that a complaint because I wasn't disgusted to use it. It's what it means.
There you
Um,
go. I sent you a couple more.
I'm not going to look just yet because it made me. Okay, this reminded me. I'm going to sidebar another conversation here.
Oh boy.
Because I did something that was unexpected of me, and you'd probably think, what the fuck, techie? Like, what the fuck did you do? So I was playing Destiny 2 on my computer this morning. And you remember the boss fight we did in that chamber where, like, he kept spawning little red disc things that would regenerate his shield or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah. So I went in with my secondary character because I'm running through the story mode or whatever at my leisure with my second character. That way to not interfere with the streams. And I was basically just trying to catch up to where we were. And attempt number 1, I ended up smacking my head against one of the floating platforms, dropping to my death and having to restart. The second time, I got a little bit into it and then accidentally flubbed over one of the keys and knocked myself into the same exact hole and died.
Wow.
And then the third time, I just bum rushed him, started going with my fucking thing in, and I meant to hit my fucking F for ultimate, It hit D and flubbed into the same exact hole. So I was like, okay, I'm flubbing over keys. Like I can't keep doing this. So I reached behind me, grabbed my PlayStation controller, which is hooked in always because that's what runs my headset. And I just did it with the controller. I was like, you know what? I used to play this on PlayStation all the damn time. It's second nature for me to just play with a controller. So I'll backtrack just this once to get past this. I got it first try. Didn't even get close to falling in once. My aim was just as impeccable as it usually is on there. And, like, I just annihilated the boss. I was like, yep, I needed to do that. It's like, I love keyboard and mouse for shooters. I really do. I will claim that to the day I die. But, like, sometimes I'll just be like, fuck it, I need to go back to my console days, just grab the controller and just go. Sometimes the joysticks are a lot less are a lot more harder to trip up than fucking keys like that are so close together. Yeah, it's like I'm a huge advocate for PC gaming. Love my PC. Love PC gaming. Love gaming with keyboard and mouse. But sometimes I just need to use a controller for certain things, and that was one of those things. Like GTA. When I play GTA on PC, I prefer controller because driving. That's the main reason. Like, if I'm needing to do a big shooting thing or whatever, like, yeah, I could switch into first person, like, use the keyboard and mouse and get some good things in. That's okay. But, like, pretty much for anything else, I'm like, I'll be using the controller. And I'm pretty sure GTA 5 is one of those games that, like, let me switch back and forth while I'm playing. Just like Destiny 2, just like Fortnite. And for some reason, Call of Duty won't. Don't know why. Because all the other games like here just let you get away with it, but Call of Duty's like, no. Before you even load into a fucking lobby, you pick. And you stick with it.
I think you need to look at the second to last one that I sent you.
Alright, I'll pull it up. Wow. Look. The meat and potatoes of this podcast is probably going to be me going on tangents, all right? It's the entertaining part. It's the me getting heated about something, me getting excited about something. Like, this is the driving points.
Here. This one will make your day. It makes me think of Ash. It's Ash in a bathtub or Misha in any water situation.
I swear this is an audio-friendly podcast. I swear. Garrett's trying to make it not, but I swear it is.
I'm not making it not. I'm just making it funny.
Well, an audio-friendly podcast is something like that requires no visual. Like, now people are wondering what the fuck you were showing me.
Look, now you need to look at the third to last and the second to last one, and you need to take the advice from both of them. Or the second to last and fourth to last.
Yeah.
Actually, the fourth, third, and second to last.
Okay.
Hey, calm your tits. Chill out, dickwad.
Like, the audience
nice
has no idea what you're talking about, and that's for
I'm sending Techie gifts in Discord because
yes, I think they got that premise, but the fact that they don't see it because it's an audio only podcast is what is what dips into not audio friendly territory. Like with Off Topic, they talk about it all the time about audio friendly in this podcast because they have the podcast up on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on SoundCloud and stuff. And there's sometimes that they mention it's like I swear this is an audio friendly podcast. Sometimes you just gotta watch the video. The video of it is available on YouTube and it's available on the Rooster Teeth First site. And I watch the podcast because I don't want to deal with the non-audio friendly moments that they have. And which is one of the many reasons that like I do want to get to the point where we can comfortably have the video podcast. So like anything visually can be done and it'll be a great thing. But for right now we're sticking to audio only, so all right.
Well, the one I just sent you is fucking hilarious.
God damn it. No, just stop. Please stop. Okay.
I love it. It's funny.
Okay, now we're going to backtrack onto the main topic I had started with, which is game streaming and Stadia. Now,
Oh,
for those of you that have been
I thought it was
following...
Apple.
No, that was the sidebar.
Oh,
That
there's
was the
been too
beginning
many.
of the sidebar.
There's too many fucking sidebars today.
I know. The reason I asked you your opinion on it is because you firsthand had the necessity of needing Stadia to properly game on your system. Because you had my laptop, which even though it had a nice 12 gigabytes of RAM and a nice Core i7, just didn't want to do shit.
No, it
It's
did
like
not. No,
the
it did not.
graphics compatible, like the graphics processing of it was just, it's a built-in GPU. You're not gonna get a whole lot great out of it. Like it just no, it did what it did, and everyone on your channel definitely saw what it could do, and which was not very much. But
Or very
whenever you
well.
were whenever you were streaming Destiny on Stadia, like yes, you would run into some lag, but it was the smoothest
Oh, it
possible
was
stream.
smooth. It ran perfectly. The controls were very nice. I mean, I liked it. I still like it. Granted, now that I have Steam and access to Steam, I haven't turned it back on. But if we play Dead by Daylight, I'll use Stadia again because I have a lot of stuff on there.
Which I believe this is your first uh
This is the
podcast
first
episode where you actually have a
podcast or
desktop
stream.
computer. Yeah.
Podcast or
I,
stream
I,
with the new computer.
I
So
love how like you got your new computer on I think Tuesday.
yeah.
Got your games stuff set up throughout the week, and the first thing that we streamed since then, Smash Brothers with the old laptop
Yep.
and the
Yep.
Switch.
Yep.
I was like, what did we even get it for?
I was like,
We're
don't
just
worry, we'll
doing
show
this.
it off.
We're just doing shit with the old shit now.
But yeah, I was hoping once we get done here we could do something else.
Yes, and I'm definitely hoping to do that.
Yeah.
But
If any
yeah,
of you
like
guys
you got your
if
new
any of you guys
desktop.
if any of you guys from Rooster Teeth are watching, we definitely want to try Gmod.
Yeah, I've been
Just
wanting to
saying.
do. I've been wanting to do stuff with them for years, and
I think it'd be awesome.
I
I
would
think it'd be awesome if
love.
we could get a collab or something, at least
I'd
once.
love to collab with them. I'd love to be like,
One of them, yeah.
yeah, I idolize them. They're like my like goal. But if we can get Anarch Gaming off the ground, and if we can get it recognized, and if they were like, hey, do you want to become part of the Let's Play family, which has like Funhouse, Screw Attack, like alongside the Achievement Hunters, that's still in the same family. That's still owned by Rooster Teeth. That's still like big leagues. That is, and that would offer a lot of that would offer time for collab because like technically there are still our coworkers at that point. Like that's still a group family thing. Like that would be amazing if we could see Anarch Gaming under the list of things, and our stuff, our content would be put on roosterteeth.com. It would be available to first members. Like our stuff would be like available either like a day or a week ahead of time for first members. Our stuff would be on Rooster Teeth TV, like their sites streaming, like their live streaming stuff. And my God, that would be
Techie would shit a
crazy
brick.
amazing.
Techie would shit a brick and die happy after the first video.
It's like that would be success. That would be absolute success on like
We'd be streaming for the first time and we'd have to call an ambulance because Techie's having a heart attack because he's so excited.
have like a fucking aortal confarction.
Just fucking heart palpitations.
It's like we do our first thing with the Chiba Hunter, and like the first thing we hear is Jack Patel be like, all right, how are you guys? And I'm just like,
You're like Mr. Krabs trying to hit on Mrs. Puff.
I was like, is that the real Jack Patillo? And I'd be like, yes. I'm like, oh!
I'd be like, I'm sorry, he's a little starstruck. He's never met famous people before, apparently.
And you know that Jack would be the one to like introduce us and stuff like that into the
Well, it'd be
house and
Jack
stuff.
or it'd be
It's like
Jeremy.
Jeremy does like he okay. Jack's more of the like the father figure of the group now. Now that Jeff left and went to be like a producer or whatever somewhere else in the company, he still does the occasional videos with him. But like now, Jack's kind of the introductory person, the father figure. Trevor's in charge. Trevor is the manager of Achievement Hunter. But he allocates that kind of collab stuff and
I mean,
introductory stuff to Jack because he's been there the longest out of all
I
the
mean, I'm
current
sorry,
group.
but Trevor's
Yeah.
a goofball.
I know, and he's the boss.
See, Mom, I told you I could make it some way.
No, he actually has an engineering degree, so like
Oh,
he's
damn,
a
damn.
smart cookie. He's just a goofball. And the fact that whenever he's around Alfredo, they just amplify off each other, it just gets even more goofier.
Oh, so like when you and I are having a good day, we're not doing a depression stream.
Oh
That video was so fucked.
god.
For those of you who don't know, we did a stream and we were both kind of having a shitty day, but like no more than I start my video, the first thing you watch is Techie come flying over this hill in GTA
I
in
hit him
a
with my night shark.
in a night shark and just smacks right into me, screaming "Depression stream!" And the first thing you see as soon as my video starts is me just getting railed by this night shark flying through the air.
Yeah, that was great. It's great.
It was funny.
Content for days. I want to get a shirt. Oh, I don't want to get a shirt for that because we get really get flagged for that. But I do want to. I do want to get a shirt, even though it's slightly inappropriate. I want to get a shirt for my phrase "I dons give non fucks." I want to get that on a shirt. Like even if that's just like Tech Arc merch instead of Anarch Gaming merch, like I still want a shirt with it because I dons
I,
give non fucks.
you know what I think we need to bring back, or at least I need to bring back?
What?
Welcome to the anal fisting show.
No. There goes the podcast.
I mean, come on. If they're watching this podcast, they've seen our other videos, and they know for damn sure we're not appropriate.
Yeah, and I do have a disclaimer in my descriptions that
I
like my
have
channel's not for children.
I have the same disclaimer, so if they're watching this and they get offended, I'm sorry, guys, but there is
It's
a
cause we
disclaimer.
say the fuck word.
It's because we don't give nuns fucks, as Techie says.
Dons give non fucks.
Nine fucks gives.
DONZ
Dons
GIVE
gives
NON
non
FUX.
fox.
FUX. It's fucks. But it's playful, so it's FUX instead of FUCKS. That and
Here,
it fits better on a t-shirt if it's fewer letters.
let me go get you a quarter so you can call somebody who cares.
In fact, we could chop the E off of the give, so it can be like all. No, because then
Gives
Dons is a 4-letter word. So we'll keep the E, so it can be 4-letter, 4-letter, 3-letter, 3-letter. Dons give non
gives no
fucks.
fox.
I've been using that phrase for
A while. A long while.
I think 6 years.
Don't worry, I still got my original. I still got my original too.
I think
It'd be alright.
I think I came up with it while watching a Jeff Dunham show.
Well, I mean, if Jeff Dunham's involved, I mean,
because I think my brother was saying something or whatever. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Let me watch the show. And he kept going. I was like, listen to the words that I speak. I dons give non fucks. And that's where it came from. No video, no stream. Well, I don't even think I was consistently doing any kind of streams or anything at that time. I think it was even before I was streaming. I think just doing the occasional videos. And there it came. And I've been using it in, I think, mostly GTA streams.
Yo. You're getting really graphic.
What?
You're getting a little graphic with your wording there.
Explain.
And there it came.
Oh. I don't skip non-fucks.
I don't gives none fucks unless we get reported like Joker did.
Wait, he got reported.
Yeah, Joker's banned until the 30th on PlayStation.
What?
Yeah.
What did he do?
I'm not at liberty to say over stream. So when we get done with the podcast, I'll tell you.
Just type it into Discord chat. I'll look at it.
It's a long type.
Give me a gist. Summarize. Summarize, motherfucker. Wow, we've trailed off of game streaming several times. I'm excited to see where they're gonna go with xCloud, and I do hope that the Apple does get support for it later. But like for overall game streaming, I think it's great because like you can get subpar technology, you can get like small, tiny little Chromecast sized devices, and you can give it a full console gaming experience. And I honestly think that's a great branch of gaming moving forward. Some people think it's the absolute future of gaming, and I'm like, I can see where you can see that, but at the same time, I like to physically own or actually have a claim to the download file of a game.
That and if you don't have internet, you can't play.
Yeah, but internet
And
is
then
more and more accessible, and decent speed of internet is a lot more affordable than like a several $100 console or computer.
unless you live where Raven lives, and then you have shitty internet.
Yeah, but I'm like, if it's 40 megabyte I think it's 40 megabytes per second download speed or better. You can do the full 4K 60 frames streaming with Stadia Pro. So that's fine. Like if he's got like 30 megs or whatever, like that can get him like solid 1080p with maybe a little bit of lag. Like that's fine.
He's well, his problem is he doesn't even have the upload or download speed to stream.
But here's the thing. He's big on pretty much only playing Call of Duty. Like, there's not a whole lot of other games that he plays. There's not a whole lot of other games that he
Uno.
touches.
We
He
played
does.
Uno last night.
Wow.
Well, Warzone. You know what's going on with my Warzone.
Yeah.
So,
you could have remote played from your PlayStation at that point.
For what? The hard drive's up here. Remember?
Yeah, but you didn't leave Modern Warfare on there, did you?
No. She doesn't play it, so therefore I didn't care to.
You left GTA on there for your sake, so I figured, like, maybe, I don't know. I still have Modern Warfare and everything installed on my PlayStation in case of backup. Like,
well, I had it, but you know what happened there.
Yeah.
So it'll get downloaded again. But
on my PlayStation, I have a copy of every Call of Duty available for PlayStation 4. I'm proud of having that collection. I have not touched Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered campaign, mostly because I'm not a campaign player. I just have it for the sake of having it. But like, it's great for when you want to throw back and be like, okay, I haven't played Call of Duty Ghosts in like years, so I'll boot that up. Or like, I haven't played Advanced Warfare, and I kind of just want to double jump around like a fucking maniac, because that was what that game was known for. Like, it's great to just be like, okay, I literally have like literally any Call of Duty game that I could possibly play on this console. I can, and at one point or another will. So I'm glad. It also works great for backups because I don't know how like there's been a few times where I'm like, I just like whether it's lagging too much because my settings or whatever reset and I didn't realize it and I had to turn some things down for stream quality. Or if it just doesn't want to cooperate, or if there's an update and I'm like, I can't do that without shutting our whole internet, taking our whole internet with it.
That's
So I'll just
what's
be like, all
that's what
right.
stopped me from finishing my Warzone.
And as long as it's not as long as it's not Cold War, which I've sworn to never play with a controller. uh, as long as it's not that, like I'll switch over to remote play and hop on and play. The only reason that I won't do it with Cold War is I'd have to set up the extra keyboard and mouse or whatever, like I did for the first like 1 or 2 streams that we did with Cold War.
Yeah.
And that was very uncomfortable. I never want to have to set up another keyboard and mouse with this setup like that again because it was cramped and uncomfortable and I didn't play very well with it. So I always try to make sure that my Cold War is up to date. Like a Warzone update can wait. Like I like if I really need to, I'll play on the PlayStation, and if I really need to, I'll play with a controller.
Yeah.
It's whatever. I've started playing that game with a controller.
Uh,
I can play again with a controller. That's fine.
what do you say we wrap this up, get a bathroom break and stuff, and figure out what we're gonna stream? Because we've been at this for an hour.
55 minutes. Um, I say one more like short topic that
Um.
I promise not to go on a tangent with.
Okay. What topic?
Let's see. Let's do it. Let's do a simple one, like hard copies versus digital copies.
Both.
I honestly have both, and like for certain needs or whatever, like I'll do one or the other. Like for Cyberpunk 2077, I didn't have a fucking option. It was like, you don't digital not available, so fuck yourself. So and the disc wanted to have a fidget like to install, so it's like okay, stuck with the hard copy of that.
I like the
Um,
hard copy because if something happens, I can run to another console, throw it in real quick, and download it, and
with
be playing again.
with
With
uh
digital, I like it because I don't have all the discs sitting around all the time, and sometimes the digital is a lot faster load.
with
But I mean, that's my preferences on it.
yeah. With Call of Duty Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, and World War II. Well, actually, I think I got the digital for World War II down.
Yeah, you did. We both claimed it when it was free last year.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've done. Like, I used to have a lot more of them with
Wow, you know what I just thought
disc.
of?
Yeah.
It's on the subject of games. What PlayStation game for Call of Duty was free last year?
Uh,
World War II. You go back
World War
3
II.
years.
Yeah.
So go back 3 years. What would be free this year? Black Ops 4.
Black Ops 4. I
It's
already own
sad.
the digital of that, so.
It's sad to think that the game that I started streaming on first is now free because it's that
Well,
old.
it'll be free
Well, it
for
will
a
be. It will be.
month for PlayStation Plus users. Specifically.
But yes, but you know what I'm saying. The fact that that game has been out and I've been streaming for that long now is sad to think. I don't even want to know what it would be like in your case seeing a game from what 8 years ago come
The
out free.
first the first Call of Duty that I streamed was Infinite Warfare, and it was zombies. And I had gotten the Infinite Warfare disc with my PlayStation. Like it was a bundle deal. And I had already had Advanced Warfare bought the week prior in preparation to having the consoles. And that disc copy came with the Modern Warfare Remastered. So I had 3 Call of Duty games right out of the gate, and because I had the PS3 version of Minecraft that was available to me for $4 or $5 digitally. So I had Minecraft and 3 Call of Duty games. So that's what I started streaming. Was I did a test stream with Minecraft, then I started doing some Call of Duty, did some Fallout 4, And like that was at the time I believe Infinite Warfare was the current.
Hey,
It,
yeah, no, I'm sitting here thinking, except for Advanced Warfare, it's the only one I don't have a copy of anymore because mine got ruined. I have every Call of Duty come out since Modern Warfare 1, including Modern Warfare 2 Remastered and Modern Warfare 1 Remastered. I
um
don't have Modern Warfare 3 Remastered. I didn't care for that one.
I started playing Call of Duty the year that Ghosts was the current. The first Call of Duty game that I played was
So
Ghosts.
after Modern Warfare 3 came out.
Yeah.
The first Call of Duty I played was Call of Duty 2.
I played Ghosts on the PS3.
By the way, on
Um,
PlayStation 2. On PlayStation 2. That's how I started. The earliest available Call of Duty for PlayStation 2.
well, my brother had bought a PS3, I think, a year prior, and like we played like WWE games, did little this, little that. Wasn't a whole lot we did. But our buddy Joseph, also known as Joe Daddy, he's played with a few streams on me. He actually did a lot of my early like GTA streams with me. He did a couple of Call of Duty streams with me. He's like, we all need to play some Call of Duty. So we went down to the family video and they actually had a copy of Ghosts on sale for $30. So we bought it and we started playing Call of Duty with them. So this is how I started playing Call of Duty. And ever since then, I have bought every Call of Duty game since. The World War II the World War II was the only one that I held off on until way later in its cycle. Uh, but other than that, like I got them pretty much as soon as I was able to. Like I got after playing Ghost for a while, Advanced Warfare came out. Like I bought that for the PS3, and then like through circumstances or whatever, we lost the PlayStation 3, so we were without for a while. But when I got my PlayStation 4, I had bought the Advanced Warfare version, and I had an Xbox. I had my Xbox One also at this time, and I had
Look
I
at your
think I
phone.
got I have my phone.
Look at
Okay.
it.
In summary, had Ghost on Xbox, started playing Advanced Warfare with and Infinite Warfare side by side through starting to do my PS4 streams, and then kind of just ran through all the Call of Duties. Black Ops 4 was the first one I pre-ordered and played the beta, and I've been following that trend ever since. And now I'm kind of in the state where I'll buy it on PS4, pre-order, do the betas and stuff, and then as soon as I can, I will get the PC copy as well, so I can have it on my PC for quality's sake. So I can go get the content for the betas and have the PC gaming later on, and that's how I am on Call of Duty. And that was originally disc versus digital, but all right.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
Call of Duty is the best one to go that route with that conversation because it's one of the more commonly known games for
yeah.
multiple copies.
So final statement on the actual digital versus disc for Call of Duty is I usually bought the disc, and whenever it's free or whatever on for PlayStation Plus members, like I'll get that, and then I'll either sell, give to someone who really needs, or whatever with the disc
Speaking of
copy.
which, that's how I got GTA for PlayStation. Is because Techie just went here.
I went digital. It literally was the only disc sitting in my console all the time. Like it was the only disc I really needed to use on a regular, and it was that point where I was like, I need to get the digital because like I hate having a disc sit in my console nonstop. It bugs the fuck out of me, and it's probably what's going to end up happening with the Cyberpunk 2077. It's probably going to have the play disc sit in it for forever now, but it's not in there yet. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like, and if you're new and haven't done so already, subscribe. Check out all the important links down in the description below, and we will try to do a stream here in a little bit with some game. Right now, Garrett really needs to use the bathroom, so we got to wrap it up.
I gotta go. So Techie's got to wrap this up. Thank you guys. Techie said all the important things, and be sure to check out all the links below. And until next time, guys, I gotta go. Like you. Bye.